Hi friends, Adam Thompson coming to you as always from Focal Point of Minnesota's world headquarters in lovely Plymouth, Minnesota. It is Friday afternoon. It is moving back towards summer-like weather instead of the fall-like weather we've had. Hope you had a great day, hope you had a great week, and hope you are getting ready for a fantastic weekend. I was chatting with a client this week about some change he's trying to implement in the company where he works and some specific things that he's seeing that are holding him back as a producer, as a business development guy, as a sales guy, and some things that he needs to address, frankly, with the owner of the company. And we talked a little bit about it, and he said, what I feel like I need to do is really just bring up my feelings and how it's affecting me and what's going on and where I think I can get better and where I think this can improve, how we can move it forward so I can get better. And we talked about it a little bit. We flipped it up a little bit more and decided that the best approach might be to make the argument, make the conversation through the eyes of that business owner, right? What would resonate with him specifically rather than with my client? How do we see that it can improve him and make his life and his business than just for the salesperson? We talked about a concept called Gleicher's formula for change. The bottom line here is that things weren't changing because the owner didn't see a need. The owner didn't have a reason to change. He didn't see a need for things to change or get better, and he was resisting any ideas around change. The bottom line is we need to overcome that resistance. That's what needs to happen here. Gleicher's formula of change basically says that the level of dissatisfaction in a situation, combined with the vision for what the future, the solution could look like, combined with the first steps that need to be taken, the plan of action toward moving toward that vision, need to outweigh the level of resistance in order to make change. Right? There's always resistance to change. We don't like change. Change is scary. Change is hard. The status quo, even if it might not be great, is easy. That's where the resistance comes from. And so in order to make that change happen, you need to prove that there's a reason to make the change, to show that level of dissatisfaction, to show that vision, and to lay out those steps. In this case, what it came down to was my client trying to figure out how the things that were going wrong were adversely affecting the owner and pointing those out to him. Here are some things I'm seeing. What do you think of this? How does this affect you? This is how it affects me. Do you see it affecting you the same way? Well, yes, it does. What do we do about it? Well, I've got an idea. I've got a solution, and I've got a plan, and I've got a way that we can make this work. The solution to me looks like this. I think this is where it could be. Where do you want this to go? Well, I want it to go here. Okay, are we on the right track to do that right now? Well, no. Dissatisfaction. Vision. What might we do to get there? Well, let's lay out some ideas. 1, 2, 3 steps. So we've laid out and shown that level of dissatisfaction. We've raised and illuminated that there's a thing that's wrong here that should be better. We've then talked about what the future could look like, what the owner wants his future, his business to look like in the future, and whether or not we're moving toward that. Actually, we're not. We're a little stuck. And here's why. Back to dissatisfaction. And what do we do about it? Well, here's an idea. Here are some things. Here are some steps. Here's a plan. We have those first steps. The change will happen as long as whatever my client lays out outweighs the level of resistance. That's when the owner will realize that this change is good, this change makes sense, and he will overcome that resistance in his mind and be ready to move forward. So the question is, what changes do you need to make? And what's the resistance look like? Is there resistance within you? Is there resistance within your team, within your organization, within your stakeholders, within your vendors? How do you show that level of dissatisfaction? How do you illuminate that? How do you lay out the vision for what it could be? And what's the plan look like? Put those 3 steps into place, those 3 ideas into place, and as long as they outweigh that resistance, you can move forward with that change. These are the things we do every day. These are the things we do in business. These are the things I work on with my clients as a coach. If you are looking at something like that and you're struggling to lay out that plan, right? Lay out that argument or even identify what it might be, let's have that conversation. Message me below. Send me an email, athompson@focalpointcoaching.com. Comment, share this video out. If you know someone who might be dealing with it, please tag them in here. I would love to hear from you. Let's have a conversation. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy the weather. And I'll talk to you soon.